Alright guys, I'm here to show off my fantasy football drafting tool here in the Excel spreadsheet. So let's get started. I'm going to talk to you a little bit about what the sheet is, kind of explain it, talk to you about what the top 10 permutations table is all about, because that's really the key to the whole sheet's power and its effectiveness. And then lastly, I'm going to give a few examples, so we'll play with the sheet, tweak a few things, and you can see the flexibility that the sheet has. So first of all, you can see we got the player available table. It's just going to go through here, and we're going to list in every round what players available at each position. That's going to help us calculate the best way to maximize our points in our draft. And then we have the top 10 permutations table. We're going to get into that in a little bit. The starter draft round over here on the right, column N. This is basically taking each round, so see first round here, it's looking over to what players are available, and then it's looking down to see how many points that player is going to give you. So you can see here 335 now. It's looking and seeing Aaron Rodgers here as a first round QB, and he's going to give us 335 points. It's going to do the same at each position in each round. You can see the drop down here. That's so we can tweak these if we decide, hey, we don't want to take our second starter in the second round. We want to take him in the third and push everybody back for whatever reason. The system is flexible enough to do that. So the white tables, or the white fields here, you can see at the top and then at the bottom, those are going to be areas that you fill in. The grays, those are automatically generated. You can down here do a VLOOKUP if you'd like. If you're familiar with Excel, you'll know what a VLOOKUP is. So for example, I've yet to do it, but I plan to put in a VLOOKUP here for my position players to look over to my other sheets where I have projections. So you can see over here my 2012 projections, and I've got them here listed in this column C. So if you wanted, you could put in a VLOOKUP here, and then that way any projection changes that you make on that other sheet would be automatically updated into here, into this column. So next, let's look at, well, what is a permutation? Why does it matter? So the power behind the permutation is that the system is going to go through and say, hey, based on these point values that you've given me and these rounds, these players that are available, these are the best players to pick in order to get the maximum amount of points. So it's going to weave through here from right to left and say, hey, you know, you need to pick this guy, this guy, this guy, and it's going to not only do that, but it's going to do it within the constraints of the positions that have to be picked. So, for example, in my league, I have a 2-quarterback league, 2 running backs, 3 wide receivers, a tight end, and then we have a flex, which I've left out of this system here. But so as you can see right now, what it's telling us is, hey, the best way to get points is take a running back. The second best team has a running back. Third best team has a running back. Fourth, quarterback. So as you can see, the system's going to tell us exactly who we need to draft and you know, give us the maximum amount of points over here. So now you're probably wondering, well, hey, what if something changes? What if Aaron Rodgers isn't available? What if I project Aaron Rodgers to score more points? We can take a look at that. So let's say here we think, hey, Aaron Rodgers is going to have an amazing season. He's going to score 375. Boom. As you can see, the system pivots and changes who we need to draft. Now it's saying, hey, the top 10 teams, they all have this guy. They've all got Aaron Rodgers. And you need to take a quarterback in the first round to really maximize your points over here. You know, you can see the shift over here in starter draft round. Next question. Well, what if I can't get Aaron Rodgers? What if all I have is Matthew Stafford? Well, we go up here, we change the player available field and say, boom, Matthew Stafford. Now all of a sudden the system says, hey, take a running back. Don't waste your pick trying to get Stafford when you can get Arian Foster over here. And that's the way the system works. You can see it pivots over here. And another important feature here is along the bottom you can see, you know, these rounds are very set in stone. Hey, take a running back, take a quarterback, take a wide receiver. But as you get later in the draft, there's a little more flexibility. And these rounds here, the 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th, those are all rounds where you could potentially reach for a player. The reason for that is because there's such a diversity of options. You know, hey, the top 3 teams took a wide receiver in this 4th round, but the next 4 teams took a tight end. So if you really feel good about, hey, I want Rob Gronkowski, I don't want to take Ahmad Bradshaw in the 4th round for whatever reason, say you like the Patriots offense a lot, who doesn't? Then you go ahead and you take Gronkowski and, you know, hopefully end up making the difference in the points, even though Excel is telling you to take a wide receiver. If you want to reach for a guy, so let's say we're going to reach for a guy in the 6th round. By reach, I mean take someone who won't be a starter. So by this time, we've already taken our 2 quarterbacks and we want to get some insurance. So instead of taking our 6th starter in the 6th round, we're actually going to take our 6th starter in the 7th round, and then our 7th in the 8th, and our 8th in the 9th. So as you can see over here on the left, Excel was pivoting those values. So now we're seeing here our 6th starter, hey, we're taking him in the 7th round. And then the 7th and the 8th, 8th and the 9th. And it's changing these values over here and telling you, okay, if that's what you're going to do, then these are the players you need to take. If you don't, you know, for whatever reason, say you don't have a QB yet. In my hypothetical, we were taking a 3rd quarterback in the 6th round, so we'd be down here in this zone looking to take a running back or a wide receiver. But this is the power that the system has, the flexibility that you can have with it. Anytime that, you know, players change up here, say Vic's not available, you just, boom, throw in a Phillip Rivers. And right there, you have all your calculations are changed, giving you up to the second real-time flexibility as you do your draft. It's all based on this sheet over here, the permutation sheet. You've got, you know, about 1,600 permutations for a 2 QB league based on the positions that we have. In my league with 2 running backs, 3 wide receivers, and a tight end. And it's going to go through, Excel is going to go through, and it's going to pick out the top 10 over here and place them into this top 10 permutations table based on what players have been picked. One final thing is, okay, what do I do if a pick's been made? Okay, so I take Arian Foster. Boom. So you go here, delete all those players out. Excel pivots off that and says, okay, I know he's got a running back, and I know this is the guy it's going to be. Here's who you need to take in the 2nd round. So again, say we decide, all right, we're going to go with QB. We'll take Phillip Rivers. We're going to delete these out. So we've got Arian Foster, Phillip Rivers. Now it's saying in the 3rd round, we got to take a wideout. Got to be Miles Austin. You know, like I said before, say Austin isn't available. It's only Dwayne Bowe or Greg Jennings. We'll throw Greg Jennings in there. Then it's saying, hey, don't take Greg Jennings. Take a tight end or a running back. So again, we do that. Take a Frank Gore. And again, live up to the 2nd results. Based exactly on who you've picked, what your projections are, and what your positions and drafts and everything are within your league. So if you want to leave comments, that'd be great. If you have any questions or, you know, just want help building your own spreadsheet, it does take a considerable amount of time, but it can be done. And so go ahead and leave your questions and comments on the page, and good luck drafting this fall.